Welcome back to the podcast, the 4 a.m. talks. And people who have always been visiting our channel, looking into our channel, taking the values, would be wondering, why is this guy sitting? He has changed his position, he has changed his background, and he has even changed the lighting and everything, even though you don't see it, but you would understand that the setup itself is different, so as this episode. So I've realized that it's been, almost close to 80 episodes, and I look back and I'm absolutely thrilled with the way I have done the podcast with all my heart. I've put proper work. I shouldn't be saying it as proper work, but I should, because I felt when I wanted to start this podcast, I wasn't pretty sure of what I need to do. So I just told myself that I'll give myself 90 episodes. I just do 90 episodes and see how it goes, and whether I'm able to deliver whatever I've promised. And it is all coming down to the thing called consistent. I think I have been consistent enough. We have made sure that there's always 2 episodes per week that is coming out from our channel, and you guys have always come back and listen to our podcast, listen to our the key things with whatever we talk about, and you take that and you improve, which is very important for us, and that is the purpose of starting this podcast. So thank you very much. Today's episode is very, very important. So that I love cricket. So cricket has been my everything, to say, to the fact that if I or anybody would ask me what would make you be happy, is I would say that watching cricket, listening to the commentary, and playing the sport, learning about the players and what made them to reach to that level. It's always sports, and cricket comes first to me. It's been there since my childhood, and I feel that I have to do the podcast, and it is going to come up in a very short period of time. I will make the announcements, but I just wanted to let you know that it is going to come up. And today's episode is a very special episode on someone whom we all love and admire in today's world. So he is none other than Virat Kohli. So what am I going to talk about Virat Kohli? The whole world is talking about him, and he is being tremendous with his work ethic, discipline, fitness, and being always at the top of his game, predicting well, analyzing the key moments and utilizing that key moment very strategically, and making sure that his team is dominating the game. And that is all we know about Virat Kohli. But for me, the most important thing about him is his work ethic, of course. But what is that special thing about him is he went on live. I guess it's an Insta live with a football player. So I think it was Sunil. So you gotta listen to that Instagram live of whatever he have done. I think it was 2-3 years ago, where he shared a moment about his career decision, wherein he wanted to be a part of Indian cricket team. That was his dream, and not only that, he wanted to win the World Cup for India. So when he went for the selections for Delhi, there was a question of bribe, wherein Virat Kohli was asked to pay certain amount to certain selectors, and his dad changed the entire perspective for him. You may ask me, what is that? So he just told him that, what, we are from a middle class and I'm a lawyer, and there is nothing extra that I'm going to give you. If you want to do something, earn it, learn, and and that really made Virat Kohli a special player. He understood that if he wants to get into the team, it has to be through the merit, and getting through merit is something that is going to be a huge task for him. And he eventually understood that he has to be the best in the game, and eventually no one is going to leave out the best in the team. So he knows that he has to be the best, and he starts working for it. He starts working on his game, trying to improve every single day, every single minute, and that is how he has gained respect from his teammates, to the media, to the world in general. So if Virat's father would have supported it, what would have happened to Virat Kohli? He would have become the best, but he wouldn't have understood that early that it has to be that best form that he has to get in to make sure that he is always included in the game. He understood that very, very early, and that is a blessing to him. Sometimes when we in our lives, if we think about something which is negative at some point of time, may become the biggest strength or the positive if you look back later, because that incident would have changed your perspective. That incident would have changed your life. That incident would have completely given you a different perspective, and would have looked at life and yourself in a much better way. And that is what Virat Kohli did. One more thing, when we look at sports, or when we look at someone, and if we are about to analyze them on what they are doing, we have to look at their end goal. So if it is the end goal that you're looking into, then there is one thing that you need to keep in mind. What is their purpose, and why are they having that visionary? He wanted to become the best player in the world. It's very simple. His vision, that is his vision, and it's not that simple. Becoming the best is not simple. And when you have that kind of a dream, when you have that kind of an end goal, you have to work hard. So this is something which everyone, or most of them, won't do, but Virat Kohli did it, and that's why he is being there, regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. Let me give you another situation where he is regarded as one of the best. So his dad passes away, and he goes out the next morning and bats for Delhi in a Ranji Trophy match. So he always knew that his dad would always be happy doing what he loves to do, and that's what Virat Kohli did, and that is why he is regarded as the best in the world. And then there are a lot of things that is happening around him during 2016, where his form was at his peak. And I remember still the IPL against Punjab, he hit 100 with 9 stitches on his left hand. And once he got to that 100, I still remember the celebration where he pointed out to his left finger and he said, "This is not gonna stop me." So if we look at him, why am I talking about him is, we can take inspiration, and we have to do the same in our lives in whatever way possible. That's the best way of doing something and learning about a player. It's not only that you become a fan and you just remain as a fan. It could be anything. You could be a movie buff wherein you would follow certain directors or actors. You talk about them relentlessly to anybody. You would just go on and on and on and on and on, and If you ask me to talk about Virat Kohli, I would be, talking about him relentlessly, because I just love him, as a player, as an individual, as a human, and it's all there. But it it shouldn't stop just there. He has a dream, he has a vision, he has a mindset. Can we have the same? Can we have the same? This is what I wanted to ask in this specific episode. So you might be doing whatever you could, but you would be thinking, can I get to that level? It's a good question to ask, because out of that curiosity, out of that, interest, you would do something, and you would reach a level where you would have never imagined to be there that quickly. So asking questions is very important. At the same time, taking actions is very important as well. So my challenge to you is, you can take your idol and follow them, what they have done, what are the things, what are the challenges they have faced, what are the the greatest obstacles that they have faced, and made sure that they took it as a challenge, and what made them to be the best. So if that is giving you the happiness, the chill to go after your dream, then you have become one of the best in your field. You will become that, because you have studied, you know what it takes, you have seen the struggles of what one has to go through if someone has to be the best, and what are the challenges. It is different for different people, but you know what it takes, and you would be ready for it. So my challenge to you is, can you get that inspiration? It's not about only inspiration. You study about that person, you see what are the things that they have gone through, what are the books they have studied, whom they followed, why, and why did they take certain decisions at a certain time, and what made them to go after something even though they didn't feel to go after, and all those questions, and as you figure out, you would understand that you need to live a purposeful, meaningful life. So I'm just ending this episode here. I really wanted to say that whoever is your idol, whoever is your favorite, just don't be their fan, just don't be saying that I love him because of this, but what have you learned? Have you put them into actions? So it is something that you need to really focus on, and they are teaching us something in our life, and that is the most important thing. The debate will be there, he's the best, that another person is the best. The debate is always there, but what have you learned from that person? That is the most important thing. With that being said, I just hope that there is a value out of this episode that you have taken, and just believe that you can do it, and with that you would definitely have a different perspective of looking your idol and see what he has studied and everything. That would make you a better person and have a clarity on your journey, on whatever you wanted to achieve. So with that being said, have a fantastic day everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.